a little more control over this as well. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. So this guy right here, these two lines need to be sharpened. And if you sharpen that, that looks fairly decent. Okay. Now for the intake here, obviously it needs to be hollowed out, so we're going to press I with these two faces selected, and that's going to make an inset face. Just drag it in so there's a little lip there, and then press E, extrude it into the car. Do that, and there we go. So I'm going to turn subdivision off so I can see this a little better. We want all this to be pretty sharp in here, so I'm going to highlight all the faces and Shift E, sharpen all those. And then to fix these corners, just grab that edge there, sharpen that. That's nice. Alright, we'll go with that. Alright, so for the back of the car, we're just gonna round this off here. So I'm gonna extrude this back end one more time. I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the front, delete the face in the center. If I can find it, there it is. There's one of them. Gotta hide the mirror modifier so I can get them all. Oh, pretty light now. Look at that. Alright. So in the back of this car, if I press 7, you're going to be able to see it a little better. I'm actually going to drag this here. This is where the intake stops, and then it becomes fairly flat except for this little square lip that kind of pops up. So I'm going to take all this, scale it together, drag it down just like this. Make it as flat as I can. It can be this can get very complicated very quickly, so don't be afraid to move things around. Clean it up now, because if you let this get a little too wacky, it's going to get really confusing really fast. I'm actually going to drag that there. Drag that right there. Okay. So then when we have this, I'm going to extrude it one more time, all the way back, which is right here, the forward part of the wing. So we're going to delete the face in the center. Okay, I'm going to hide the subdivision so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, this I don't like all that much, so I'm going to raise these up. Take this and drag it in. Flatten that out. So what we're doing is we're making that a rectangle here, and then these need to become flat. And oh, nope. There we go. Drag this in here. So these need to be on top of each other. So I'm gonna actually make this a part of that rectangle, just for the sake of good geometry. So we could just take these in like that. Take these, drag them out, just like that. In the moment of truth, turn subdivision on, see what that looks like. Okay. Press 7. Here comes the fun part. This is where we take all these outliers, I guess you could call them. I'm going to drag all this in right here, actually. We're dragging all these in to match the contour lines of the car, so we're following this line right here, this light gray line. This black portion here is actually, here I can show you. It's actually this right here, which obviously we don't want it to extend all the way up here because that would look a little bit weird. So let's add a control loop right here. Drag that out, add one right there, drag that in. You want to do just enough to round it out, but you don't want to overcomplicate it. I think that looks decent. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sharpen everything on the back end here, just like that. Alright, so now that we have that, we're going to deal with the nose. This is fairly simple. It's very similar to making the aircraft, if you've ever done that with some of my other videos. We're just going to highlight some of the vertices. Not sure why that didn't highlight. We're just going to drag it into where our blueprint is showing the lines of the car. We'll add some controllers. So add one right here, and we're going to need this to follow the car on the side first, and then we'll do the top. Excuse me. Alright, we'll press 7. Space this out a little bit. Alrighty, there's our body of the car. There's a few more things we have to deal with. That skirt on the bottom that I was talking about we have to do. So if you see, I intentionally left a lip right here, and that's because we're going to extrude the bottom down, and you will see why we're doing it that way. So we're going to do everything. Let's see, before we do this, let me see if I can find a good picture of the underside of this car. I guess this will work. This will show us what the nose does anyway. Alright, so the nose comes up and down, and then you have the underside skirt that extends forward. So we're going to need to be able to recreate that. So we're going to